Hello, welcome to this update for Oceania and parts of the Indian Ocean too. So first let's take a look at Australia here. We have some storms already happening now. Now is I think it's already almost Saturday there, March 22nd, and shows already some storms in the Northern Territory and other areas there, especially like further north in Papua New Guinea, some more showers and storms. So let's take a look at the rainfall forecast for the next few days because especially Queensland and some other parts of the Northern Territory might have some more storms. So this goes later throughout Saturday shows some more storms like New South Wales and Queensland, and still by Sunday even northern South Australia, some areas there, the Northern Territory, but might get heavy in Queensland like uh, Sunday to Monday, the 23rd, 24th. So especially like Western Queensland and Eastern Northern Territory, especially Monday, later Monday afternoon and Tuesday, the 25th. So still shows some very heavy storms around Tuesday, spots of Queensland, and also some scared storms Northern Australia, like Northwestern Australia, Northern Territory. And still by Wednesday, still shows some storms in Queensland, more scared moisture for Northern Australia, and this goes Wednesday. Still shows some storms there by like Thursday, and the European still has some storms Northern Territory on the 27th and 28th, especially Northern Queensland, the northern half of Queensland. So please be aware next few days, especially like the rainfall accumulation here. Until Sunday, the European array has like some areas to 200 millimeters, 166, even like 194, but it might be exaggerating a little bit in some spots there. But it does show like 50, 59 millimeters in South Australia. Spots of the Northern Territory are at 114, like 50 millimeters, 19, 36. So be careful, especially this area right here between South Australia, Northern Territory, and Queensland. There might be some heavier storms. But if I put this until Wednesday now, the 26th already shows all that rain I showed you there, like above 400 millimeters, 300, 389 next 5 days. So this forecast might change still, and some models can exaggerate a bit, but this is possible. So in spots of the Northern Territory too, like 111, even Darwin like 166, in other spots some heavier moisture there. So all the spots like northernmost Western Australia, and the rest is quite dry. Even like Victoria and other areas near South Wales are quite dry, except on the east coast, some light showers. But if it's still hot, there are a bit thunderstorms there in the afternoon. So be aware. The European also has around Townsville, like close to 400 as well, but it's a very isolated spot there. This model might change some things, but please be careful. There's the GFS. It has less than the European, but also indicates some heavy rain in Queensland next 5 days and 7, even 8 days out, and shows like some 240 millimeters. In other spots to like 262, even close to 300. Some spots like 153. Northern Territory shows a lot too, close to 250. Even some spots more around the north there. So be careful in those areas. Be careful with flooding, some river flooding. This the rainfall forecast for today, Saturday, shows more around Northern Territory, the northern South Australia, some more in Queensland too, and Western Australia, a thing or two in the southeast. But yeah, but as you go like to Sunday, Monday, especially Monday here, shows Queensland. By Monday and Tuesday shows more around Queensland. As you can see, let's just leave the whole map. So, and especially near the coast, near Townsville as well, shows more Northern Territory. Let's just put Sunday to take a look tomorrow. South Australia, spots of Northern Territory still. By Tuesday, it still shows like more around Queensland, those areas. So please be careful for there. And here as well, you have the weather warnings like final flood warning for the rivers. These are like river flood warnings, and more for wind warnings in the ocean. There's some heat wave warnings still, Western Australia, and especially some areas there might become worse, especially later, like into Sunday, Monday, it shows a potential more severe heat wave. So be careful. This site is on the description to see some stuff. And here there's this tropical cyclone 26, but it's almost dead, and it's not expected to do anything crazy. And yeah, be aware. Now for the icon, this other model, it shows a lot in the Bay of Carpentaria, especially the northern coast of Queensland, and up to 300 millimeters, not spots in New South Wales, not New South Wales, Northern Territory, sorry. And the icon does have specific spots close to 400 in Northern Territory and northwestern Australia, and especially western Queensland, southwestern Queensland, close to 400, 380, and more there across central western Queensland. So be careful in those areas. Be careful with flooding too, especially flooding. And there's the axis as well. Shows similar to the European spots, central to western Queensland, like 412. And all this area here should watch closely. Northern Territory too, like even 200. More in the ocean there, like southern Northern Territory into South Australia. So be careful, especially these spots of Queensland here and on the coast as well, and maybe some storms on the east coast. And this rainfall in the middle of the ocean might be another tropical cyclone there, but you like to just head out into the ocean. So yeah, some longer range here until April 1st does show, like especially more in Queensland until the April 1st, especially on the east coast, northern Queensland and northern Territory. So this area is to watch here, like over the next few weeks, and even after that shows slightly more, but this is too far, and this changes all the time. But just be careful with flooding. And there are these high resolution models here that shows like precise data, but it only goes out until like tonight and Sunday morning, so it doesn't go out that far. But it does show like 318 millimeters, not a spot like to 200, so it shows these individual thunderstorms over the next day or so. They might have some heavy rain Northern Territory, so be aware. There's the one for Northern Queensland too. Shows less, but it'll get worse in Queensland after Sunday, maybe. And let's see, like the East Coast, finger two, Victoria, dry, South Australia. Yeah, let's see if they have South Australia here. I don't. Yeah, it only has like the southern areas. Most rain be further north, but be careful those areas. Here, the rest of Oceania, there shows some more showers and storms passing around Vanuatu, Fiji, and especially northern Vanuatu, more tropical moisture, like 107 millimeters, spots to 67, and like 50 millimeters, 25. So be aware, but these values are very relative. They do change all the time. Some higher resolution models might pick up some specific storms that might happen, but we only have those in Australia, so be aware. Some areas there might be more rain than what I'm showing you in some specific spots, especially in Papua New Guinea that has those heavier tropical downpours. Be aware. And like into Indonesia as well, Western Guinea, especially in Western Guinea, some heavier storms, and the northern side of Timor, another islands there. And Malaysia is a kind of better, but still some heavy showers at some point, especially eastern Malaysia, Sumatra, some spots there. But beware, because in Vanuatu and those areas, the GFS has more rain. Like the GFS has more than 100 in Port Vila, like 168, 169 other areas of Vanuatu. So be aware. The icon doesn't have as much, but it does have some more around Vanuatu, the Solomon Islands too. The excess has most of the rain west of Vanuatu, and it's just disappeared. So here, it has more rain there, some storms in New Caledonia too. So be careful. And The rest of the Indian Ocean shows some passing thunderstorms, showers near Reunion, Mauritius, especially Madagascar, but no crazy event or anything. It's more quiet now. But still, those showers and storms that might be heavy some, so be aware. And yeah, but in terms of tropical cyclone formation, there's the Climate Prediction Center that shows like over northern Australia, spots of the Coral Sea, the next 2 weeks that there's still some slight probabilities for tropical cyclones to form, especially next week, like 40%. So yeah, we'll keep watching that, and some above average rainfall in the green here. So we'll keep watching that. And Africa is better, maybe Ethiopia slightly above average rainfall, but no imminent tropical cyclones. So yeah, be aware. And for the heat here, still shows like Western Australia where most of the higher temperatures are, but especially like into Saturday shows above 40 degrees there this afternoon, Saturday, and show like some 42 degrees. In other spots of South Australia, some 30s, 34, 35, but mainly those like 39 to 42 degrees in Western Australia. So stay safe. So this cools down a bit at night, especially in the southeast, some 10, 9 degrees, down to 6 in Tasmania, in New Zealand some 7, 6 in the mountains, some 13, 14 in other areas, but still hot in Western Australia, even during the night. So this heat during the night can be problematic too. But the next day does show spots there close to 44 degrees, like 43 degrees, 43, 38. So be careful. This heat is kind of dangerous. There's some 37, other spots to 31, 34, 33 degrees. A little bit better, but be careful. New Zealand, not that hot, just some 19, 21 degrees. As 15, the mountains like 10, 11. And yeah, so Sunday night, a little bit milder through South Australia, and Victoria, especially in Tasmania, down to 4 degrees in a spot or two, and New Zealand some 6, 7, and a little bit more in the north, but still hot in Western Australia. And then does show spots like Northern Australia, some 42 degrees, some 43, in other spots to 40. This is Monday, the 24th, so some 37 degrees in some spots. So be careful there, stay hydrated, and don't stick out too much in the heat. And then still Tuesday, the 25th, shows some 42 to 43 degrees, and the heat indices might be higher. The feels like temperatures, so be aware of that as well. And some 30s in South Central Australia, a little bit less in Queensland because of all those storms there. And does show like still Wednesday the 26th, close to 42, 43 degrees, Western Australia, and more 30 is spreading through Western Australia into New South Wales, some 30 is already, and close to 20 in Northern New Zealand, some 16, 18 in other areas, and still cold in the mountains. But yeah, be careful. And as you can see, this wind is kind of spinning there. There might be a system to watch, but you just go away into the ocean. And there's like Thursday 27th, still some 4 is there, 42, some 39, so be aware there. And here for the tropical update, so does show like where's Australia here. There's the GFS shows some moisture there, and does pick up that small tropical storm maybe by Sunday in the Indian Ocean. Then that goes away, and still those storms in Queensland. So those storms might have a lot of lightning and heavy rain, and even some hail. So be careful those storms. This goes and still like shows a potential system March 28th and spots of Western Australia. The GFS gets it to a category 4, but luckily it shows it going away from land. And don't trust this, because the GFS shows Cat 5 cyclones 2 weeks away, and it never happens. So, and here later, the GFS does form something in the Northern Sea there, north of Australia, and then it does go into Northern Australia, and it comes alive again April 5th, but it's just crazy. This probably won't happen. But better keep watching just in case. There's the storms in Queensland, and that storm in the ocean there. This goes, and later the European doesn't have anything else in Northern Australia, so just the GFS that's doing crazy things. But there's the Canadian, the storm in the ocean there, and does have this big low pressure, like very wide, spinning in Queensland and Northern Territory with all those storms. So that's the main danger. And then this goes away. But let's see the rainfall totals from the Canadian model. So let's just put until Monday. Until Monday, this yellow is like 200 millimeters in the yellow. So it already has like 200, 250 spots of Western Queensland and Northern South, Northern Territory. And it already has also like Northern Territory close to 200 millimeters. But if we put this until Thursday the 27th, has upwards of 400 millimeters in Northwestern Queensland. That bright yellow is even like close to 500. So gotta watch this very, very closely. There's the potential for some dangerous flooding. And I think I showed you the icon too, and the rest of these models are not made for this. So yeah, stay safe there. In terms of wind, there might be wind inside those thunderstorms. That's especially the heavy rain. There might be strong wind within those storms. So be careful. But that type of wind doesn't show up in this map. So this map only shows wind by itself, not from thunderstorms. So let's take a look here. So it shows like slightly breezier Sunday, Western Australia, and like kilometers. Good. So some 47, 56 kilometer per gusts. Nothing crazy, but does eventually show like Northern Territory some 66 Monday. This goes in Queensland, maybe Northern Territory because of that low pressure, like all the way to 78 Wednesday. But this forecast changes all the time, so this might not happen as well. But it does show like Thursday 27th, still like Northern Territory and Western Australia strong there, some winds and that cyclone in the ocean. This goes as still shows by Friday, slightly stronger near Queensland and near Northern Territory there. And later is kind of too far, but still some stuff, so be aware. New Zealand show like today, Friday to Saturday, shows a gust or two near southern New Zealand. And then this goes, there's this some fronts further south in the ocean, but actually New Zealand show like some specific spots, some higher gusts Sunday. But this goes, and the real front that might affect you might get there Thursday the 27th. Some more wind gusts, especially Thursday into Friday, a slightly gustier, and then later still shows some stuff after that, especially in Waitani. But we'll keep watching. There's this front now, Saturday into Sunday, shows some rain, and a thunderstorm or two as well. Then this goes maybe like Tuesday, some showers in the north, especially Thursday to 27th, some showers with this system, some thunderstorms. So be aware, and still some fronts in like the first days of April maybe. So be aware. And there's the snow accumulation already showing some 17 centimeters until March 31st, some 19 centimeters. So a little bit is possible in the mountains next 2 weeks. But next 5 days doesn't show anything, just a tiny whisper there. And Thursday the 27th, maybe some more. But be careful and happy fall. It started, I think yesterday or before on the 20th. Yeah, so stay safe in these storms. Be watching these storms and showers in Oceania too. And just for further east here, shows some passing showers in French Polynesia, maybe some storms in Samoa, some passing showers and storms. Nothing crazy, more in northern Kiribati, sanctuary some light showers, but more like southern Marshall Islands and Micronesia, especially some more showers and storms, but nothing that crazy here. So shows like Fiji, Samoa, some scattered showers and storms a day or two, mainly showers in French Polynesia, but maybe a small thunderstorm or two some days. So be aware. Not areas in the Pacific, just to give a general look here, it's quite nice, especially in Eastern Island, in Sasamara, some passing showers, maybe some fronts further south into the Pacific, maybe some rain like March 28th in Eastern Island, and more stuff. So beware. Whereas here in Adamstown, might be some fronts, some more storms too. So stay safe.